I have a little bit of a history with Coastal Carolina. I was at South Carolina State when that program kind of started a little bit, and we played them a couple times. And I just tell you, I'm impressed with their program. I'm impressed with their coaching staff. They do a fantastic job of assembling really good football players and putting them in position for success. And just to have our folks go out there and visit at that place to see how it's done at this level, and they're getting ready to jump to Division One or FBS, excuse me. And so, for our folks to go out and see how it's done at that level really was kind of educational for our players, for our coaches, for our administration. And so it's a good thing to go and play those folks, but there's definite division between us and them. We take a lot out of those games. There's a confidence level after you've gone in and competed. Now, you hear me say that, and we got beat 55 to nothing, but there's a level of confidence that you take out of that game because I was able to hang with those guys. Those guys are, as good or better than I am, and so I think that we were able to take some of that out of the game as well. We can take some positives out of that. When you try to mark the growth of a football team, what you try to mark is you try to mark whether or not, you can be competitive. And whether or not you are competitive can be a result of execution. It can be weather. It can be conditions. But the fact that you can compete and that your players have that mindset, that's progress, and that's what we took out of the game. We put ourselves behind the eight ball a little bit. We've already lost a game, and it's going to be hard to come from behind and win a conference championship, but it can be done. Every team left on our schedule is somebody that we can compete with, and I expect us to go out and win these games. I don't expect us to do anything less. And so that's the message we wanted to send. That's the message that we've been talking about, and we're going to continue that for the rest of the week and get ready for Grambling. So Grambling brings, wow, every week it just gets a little tougher. And Grambling brings their own set of issues that we got to deal with. We've got to compete with, players that want to win and compete at Grambling just as well as the players at Coastal did. But then they bring in a different set of issues with a very high-scoring offense and a formidable defense that's going to be tough in terms of scheme to find the right formula. And so you got to get prepared for the next opponent, and you can't ride too much on the former opponent or else you won't be able to focus and concentrate and go forward. So we'll take a lot of things, like I've said, but for the most part, we got to get specifically ready for Grambling. Well, they're going to spread you out. They're going to take what you give them, and their quarterback is almost, he's a genius from what I can see. The kid, he makes great decisions. Coach Fobbs and his group, Coach Dooley, the offensive coordinator, they put those kids in position to be successful. And I got to tell you, it's a great scheme for the talent level that they have. They've got great receivers. They've got a really solid offensive line, and so the quarterback can stand there and make great decisions and then execute, and that's why they're so hard to beat right now. It's competition, and there's no reason to be in it if you're not trying to win it.